SAO fans are poor unfortunate souls. Grab your dingle hoppers, because we're about to splash some truth on why the seaweed is always greener when watching The Little Mermaid. The movie begins with King Triton talking to his daughters. Ariel is missing, and Triton sends a crab named Sebastian to go find her. Ariel and Flounder explore a sunken shipwreck. They get attacked by a shark. In order to fight back, Ariel and Flounder should attack the shark's weak spots. This includes areas like the eyes, nose, gills, and mouth. The shark gets stuck. Ariel and Flounder are able to escape. Triton doesn't like how Ariel is so obsessed with humans. He orders Sebastian to watch over Ariel. Ariel doesn't see how a world that makes such wonderful things can be so bad. Ariel is way too naive. Plenty of good things have been made by bad people. For example, the Nazis invented many things that people still use today. Ariel sees fireworks and goes to the surface. The fireworks are coming from a ship. Celebrating Prince Eric's birthday, there's a massive storm. The ship hits a rock and the sailors are forced to abandon the ship. They should have checked the weather before going out to sea. Eric hits his head and drowns, but Ariel rescues him. Ariel brings Eric to shore, and she uses her siren song to save him. Ariel escapes before Eric fully regains consciousness. The men on the hill should have seen Ariel though. They were on the high ground and had a clear view of the beach. Sebastian tells Triton that Ariel saved a human. He should have just kept quiet. It's only gonna make Triton more angry. Sometimes it's better to hold back the truth to avoid making things worse. Triton goes to Ariel's grotto and destroys all her stuff. When she refuses to stop going to the surface, Ariel should have just lied so Triton would back off. If Ariel continues to go to the surface in secret, Triton won't know, so it should be fine as long as Sebastian doesn't tell him again. Ariel talks to her aunt, the sea witch Ursula. She can use magic to turn Ariel into a human for 3 days. Ariel must kiss Eric before the sun sets on the 3rd day. If so, Ariel will remain a human permanently. However, if Ariel doesn't do it, she'll turn back into a mermaid, and she'll belong to Ursula. Ariel must also give up her mermaid gifts, such as her tail, and her siren song voice. This sounds like a terrible deal. Ariel should clearly see that Ursula isn't trying to help her. If Ursula can make Ariel a human, why does she also have to include all these conditions? Obviously, Ursula has an ulterior motive, and Ariel shouldn't accept the deal. Sebastian and Flounder are watching. They should talk some sense into Ariel. Moreover, Ursula has tons of skulls in her lair. That should be a big red flag. If Ariel wants to be a human so badly, she should study magic herself and learn the correct spell to become a human. Ariel accepts the deal and Ursula transforms her into a human. Ariel swims to the surface, but she shouldn't know how to do this because she's never had legs before. Ariel also shouldn't know how to tread water either. Ursula also included in the spell a condition that makes Ariel forget about getting the kiss. But if Ursula can do this, why did she even bother giving Ariel a chance? She could have just made Ariel her prisoner without turning her into a human first. This is why Ariel needed to go over all the conditions. The contract in the original movie worked better. Instead of a verbal agreement, Ariel is found and taken to the castle. Eric comes to meet her, but since Ariel doesn't have her voice, he assumes that she's not the girl who saved him. Eric allows Ariel to stay here for as long as she wants. Ariel can't talk, but there are other ways to communicate. Ariel can play charades to act out what she wants to express. Using visual cues and physical movements, she can convey messages without speaking. Ariel could also take Eric to the place on the beach where she rescued him. Then Eric should be able to put 2 and 2 together and realize that Ariel is the girl who saved him. Otherwise, how would she know the precise location? Ariel should have at least tried doing something. Even though Ariel can't remember the part about kissing Eric, Sebastian does, so he can just constantly remind Ariel about it. Ariel finds Eric's collection of items, including a Little Mermaid glass figure, to get her message across. Ariel can point to herself while holding the mermaid figure, and Eric should understand what she's trying to express. Eric takes Ariel on a tour of the kingdom. Sebastian follows them. Ariel wastes a lot of time exploring and doing other stuff. Sebastian should be constantly reminding Ariel that she needs to get a kiss from Eric. They only have 2 days left, so time is running out. Ariel can do all the exploring she wants after she becomes a human for good. Eric is able to learn Ariel's name after she points to the Aries constellation and cuts him off early while saying the word. This is a bit of a stretch. It would have made more sense if Ariel pointed to the air, and also a fishing reel. Air plus reel equals Ariel. Ariel and Eric are close to kissing, but Ursula's eels mess things up by tipping the boat over. That shouldn't be an issue though. Ariel and Eric can just kiss each other in the water, or get back on the boat and kiss each other. It's unclear why they don't do that. Ursula is mad about Ariel almost kissing Eric. She uses magic and turns herself into a human. Ursula calls herself Vanessa. She uses Ariel's voice to hypnotize Eric and make him fall in love with her. Wait, so did Ariel do this to Eric when she saved him on the beach? Ariel sang to Eric to save his life, so it's possible that Eric was hypnotized, and that's why he fell in love with the girl who saved him. Eric and Vanessa are gonna get married. Scuttle sees how Vanessa is actually Ursula in the mirror, so if Ursula appears back in the mirror's reflection, Scuttle should bring Eric a mirror when Vanessa's nearby. That would expose who Vanessa really is. Scuttle tells Ariel that Vanessa is actually Ursula. Scuttle needs to communicate quicker because there's not a lot of time left. Ariel goes to the engagement party and attacks Vanessa. She destroys the shell and gets her voice back. Eric snaps out of it and finally realizes that it was Ariel who saved him. Ariel and Eric almost kiss. kiss, but the sun sets and it's too late. Ariel could have kissed Eric right away, instead of wasting precious time talking. If she had been a bit quicker, Ariel could have kissed Eric just in time. Ariel turns back into a mermaid. Vanessa also turns back into Ursula. She takes Ariel and jumps into the ocean. Triton confronts Ursula. The deal she made with Ariel is unbreakable, but why does that prevent Triton from killing Ursula? Just because Ariel belongs to Ursula, it shouldn't make Ursula invincible, and the deal should have been null and void. When Ursula included the part about Ariel forgetting the kiss, that wasn't part of the original agreement. In fact, Ursula cheated multiple times. She had her eels tip over the boat, and she turned herself into a human to trick Eric. That's not fair at all. And they didn't sign a contract in this movie, so the deal shouldn't be legally binding. Ariel could just deny everything without a contract. There's no proof that they even made a deal. One of Ariel's scales is missing, but that could be due to many other reasons. Triton should have just killed Ursula instead of banishing her. Whenever characters are banished or locked away in movies, it almost always means that they'll return in the future and cause more trouble. Triton trades himself for Ariel. He gives his trident to Ursula, but isn't the deal supposed to be unbreakable? If it can be altered, there must be a way to break it as well. Triton is killed by Ursula's eels. They shouldn't even be possible. The eels are moray eels, not electric eels. They shouldn't have any electricity powers. Eric comes to attack Ursula. She shoots him with the trident. Ariel pushes Ursula, and she accidentally kills her eels. Ursula uses the trident to turn into a giant. If the trident is capable of doing magical things, like turning Ursula into a giant, then it should have been able to break the deal as well. Ariel impales Ursula with a ship's bowsprit and kills her. If it was that easy to kill Ursula, Triton should have done it ages ago, and Ariel shouldn't know how to steer a ship because she's never done it before. Ariel doesn't even know what a fork is supposed to do. Steering a ship is way more advanced than using a fork. In the original movie, it was Eric who steered the ship and killed Ursula. That makes a lot more sense. Since Eric has steered many ships before, Triton is brought back to life. Ariel gives him the trident back. If the trident can bring merpeople back to life just like that, Triton should have used it to bring Ariel's mom back to life after she was killed by a human. The only reason why Triton hates humans so much is because a human killed his wife, but if he can just bring her back to life, it shouldn't be a big deal. Eric is sad that he won't get to be with Ariel, but if they really love each other, they can still make it work. Ariel can breathe air. Ariel will have to use a wheelchair to get around, but apart from that, everything should be fine. Eric knows that Ariel is a mermaid, so she doesn't have to hide anything. There's nothing physically preventing them from being together. It's not like Ariel must stay underwater. Triton uses his trident to turn Ariel into a human permanently. If Triton could have done this all along, Ariel should have just asked him nicely and convinced him to do it. Then she wouldn't have to deal with Ursula. Ariel could have just taken the trident and made herself human. Triton mentions that he'll miss Ariel, but he could also turn into a human and drop by for a visit. Triton should honestly destroy the trident now. It's way too powerful. Someone could steal it and bring Ursula back to life. In the sequel to the animated movie, Ursula's sister got a hold of the trident. Eric and Ariel get married. They decide to travel the world together. The humans and merpeople are there to support them.
As you can see, The Little Mermaid is a timeless classic. It's got a strong, independent mermaid who sings, dreams big, and falls in love. Sword Art Online is just a messy jumble of a guy with a bunch of random plot lines that make no sense. Kirito can't even decide which girl he likes more. At least Ariel knows what she wants, legs and a prince. And don't even get me started on the characters. Ariel's friends are fun and lovable. Flounder, Sebastian, even the crazy seagull, they're all memorable. Meanwhile, in SAO, we have a bunch of one-dimensional characters who pop in and out without any real development. Finally, the visuals. The Little Mermaid live-action movie is a feast for the eyes. The underwater scenes are stunning, and the special effects are top-notch. Sword Art Online looks like it was made on a budget of $5 and a packet of instant noodles. The animation is so stiff, it's like watching cardboard cutouts fight each other. Sorry SAO fans, but it's time to face the music. Ariel swims circles around Kirito any day. Now, let's take a look at the animated Little Mermaid movies.
This video delves into the enchanting world of The Little Mermaid. Emerging from the depths of Walt Disney's visionary mind, The Little Mermaid was initially conceived back in the late 1930s following the groundbreaking success of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. However, fate had other plans in store, and the journey to bring this underwater opus to life was plagued by unforeseen obstacles, causing its development to be delayed until the 1980s. The allocation of funds and resources to The Little Mermaid surpassed that of any other Disney animated film in several decades. Since Fantasia in 1940, no other Disney animated feature demanded as much special effects animation as The Little Mermaid due to its underwater setting. Let's uncover the death toll. In the underwater realm of Atlantica resides Ariel, a 16-year-old princess who is a mermaid. Actress Alyssa Milano's body type and personality serve as the inspiration for Ariel's character traits and physical attributes. Ariel feels dissatisfied with her life beneath the waves and becomes captivated by the human world. Accompanied by her loyal friend Flounder, she pays a visit to Scuttle, a seagull known for providing Ariel with misleading information about humans. Despite the warnings from her father, King Triton, that mere people are forbidden from interacting with humans, Ariel disregards his counsel. Due to conflicting schedules with Star Trek: The Next Generation, Patrick Stewart regrettably had to decline the opportunity to lend his voice to the character of King Triton. Ariel also collects various human objects in her secret cavern. One fateful night, Ariel, along with Flounder and Sebastian, venture to the ocean surface to witness a birthday celebration for Prince Eric. He's named after the late legendary Disney animator Eric Larson, who had passed away 1 year prior to the film's release. Ariel immediately falls in love with Eric. Suddenly, a violent storm descends upon the scene, causing a shipwreck and tossing Eric overboard. Without hesitation, Ariel rescues Eric and brings him safely to the shore. She sings to him but departs just as he regains consciousness, ensuring her identity remains concealed. Intrigued by the echo of Ariel's enchanting voice, Eric vows to find the mysterious girl who saved him and sang to him, while Ariel pledges to find a way to join him in his world. Observing a change in Ariel's demeanor, Triton questions Sebastian about her behavior and discovers her deep affection for Eric. Filled with outrage, Triton journeys to Ariel's hidden cavern and destroys her cherished collection of human artifacts in a misguided attempt to safeguard her. Two cunning blue eels named Flotsam and Jetsam persuade Ariel to seek the aid of Ursula, the sea witch. The character of Ursula drew inspiration from the renowned drag performer Divine. Additionally, Ursula's personality and certain actions were notably influenced by the earlier Disney villain, Madame Medusa, from the 1977 film The Rescuers. Ursula strikes a bargain with Ariel, proposing to grant her human form for a limited duration of 3 days in exchange for Ariel surrendering her voice, which Ursula seals away in a nautilus shell. During this brief time frame, Ariel must secure a true love's kiss from Eric. If she succeeds in obtaining Eric's kiss, she will remain a human forever. Failure to achieve this will result in Ariel reverting back to her mermaid state and becoming the property of Ursula. Accepting the terms, Ariel undergoes a transformation into a human and is escorted to the surface by Flounder and Sebastian. On the beach, Eric meets Ariel, unaware that she is the very same individual who rescued him. Eric takes Ariel to his castle and they spend quality time together. As the second day draws to a close, Ariel and Eric find themselves on the verge of sharing a significant kiss, only to be disrupted by the interference of Flotsam and Jetsam. Filled with fury over Ariel's near triumph, Ursula adopts the guise of a young woman named Vanessa and arrives on the shore, showcasing Ariel's stolen voice through song. Eric recognizes the melody and he falls under a trance that erases his memories of Ariel. The following day, Ariel stumbles upon the unsettling news that Eric is set to wed Vanessa. With Scuttle's astute revelation of Vanessa's true identity, he promptly alerts Ariel, who swiftly embarks on a mission to intercept the wedding procession. The nautilus shell is shattered, restoring Ariel's voice and ending Ursula's spell over Eric. Realizing that Ariel is the very girl who saved his life, Eric hastily moves to bestow a kiss upon her. The sun sets, causing Ariel to undergo a transformation back into a mermaid while Vanessa reverts to her true form as Ursula. Ursula seizes Ariel and takes her captive. Ursula is urged by Triton to free Ariel. Regrettably, the agreement they entered into proves unbreakable. Triton sacrifices himself and takes Ariel's place as Ursula's prisoner. Triton transforms into a polyp. Ursula is now the queen of the seven seas. Ursula endeavors to eliminate Eric, but Ariel courageously steps in, inadvertently causing Ursula to slay Flotsam and Jetsam. Ursula employs the trident to magnify her own size, transforming into a monstrous entity. Ariel and Eric joyfully reunite on the ocean's surface, but their happiness is abruptly shattered when a colossal Ursula emerges. Ursula wields her newfound power to conjure a tempest, summoning sunken vessels to rise from the depths. Ursula targets Ariel, poised to deliver a fatal blow. However, Eric seizes control of a ship and impales Ursula in her abdomen using the shattered bowsprit. The malevolent sea witch meets her demise. Triton and the other individuals transformed into polyps are restored to their original forms. Recognizing the depth of Ariel's love for Eric, Triton willingly chooses to permanently change her from a mermaid into a human. Furthermore, Triton grants his approval for Ariel and Eric's marriage. Ariel and Eric exchange vows, setting sail into their shared future. Their friends and family observe the wedding with heartfelt affection and best wishes. In total, 3 named characters met their demise: Flotsam, Jetsam, and Ursula. As the narrative raced through its mesmerizing 83-minute runtime, a spine-tingling average of one life was extinguished every 27.67 minutes. The Little Mermaid garnered widespread acclaim from critics and audiences alike. The film received positive reception for its animation, music, and well-developed characters. This movie served as the inception of the Disney Renaissance era. Furthermore, The Little Mermaid marked the resurgence of the musical film format as a staple for Disney animated films. While musicals had been prevalent in many of Disney's beloved animated films since the 1930s, the significance of music had diminished during the 1970s and 1980s. With 3 Academy Award nominations, The Little Mermaid became the first Disney animated animated film since The Rescuers in 1977 to receive such recognition. The film achieved 2 Oscar wins for Best Original Score and Best Original Song. In 2022, The Little Mermaid was chosen by the Library of Congress for preservation in the National Film Registry. Its triumph paved the way for a media franchise, including a direct-to-video sequel titled The Little Mermaid 2: Return to the Sea in 2000 that centered around Ariel's daughter, Melody, and a subsequent prequel titled The Little Mermaid: Ariel's Beginning in 2008. The initial film also underwent an adaptation into a stage musical. Personally, I found The Little Mermaid to be a truly delightful experience. It's a timeless film that captivates viewers of all ages with its magical tale. From the moment the opening notes of the iconic soundtrack begin, audiences are transported to an underwater world filled with breathtaking animation and memorable characters. The film's beautiful visuals and vibrant color palette bring the enchanting ocean realm to life. The heartwarming story of Ariel, a young mermaid with an insatiable curiosity for the human world, resonates with audiences on a deep emotional level. As she embarks on her quest for love and self-discovery, we are drawn into her journey, rooting for her every step of the way. The film's well-crafted narrative effortlessly blends elements of romance, adventure, and self-empowerment, creating a compelling and uplifting story that leaves a lasting impact. The unforgettable songs, composed by Alan Menken and Howard Ashman, are a testament to the film's enduring legacy. The music transports us to an ethereal realm where dreams come true. These tunes are sure to leave you humming and singing along even long after the film ends. Please share your recommendations for the next fantasy movie or show you would like me to analyze in the comments below.
We delve into the enthralling world of The Little Mermaid 2: Return to the Sea. Ariel and Eric commemorate the birth of their daughter, Melody. This character is voiced by Tara Strong, a Canadian-American voice actress who has portrayed a wide variety of characters in animated television shows, films, and video games. Some of Tara Strong's most famous roles include Twilight Sparkle, Bubbles, Harley Quinn, Raven, Timmy Turner, and Ben Tennyson. Tara Strong has been a devoted admirer of The Little Mermaid since her childhood. She holds a special place in her heart for bringing the character of Melody to life and considers it among her most cherished and beloved roles. Tara Strong initially found herself in the recording studio not as the intended voice for Melody, but to deliver a mere sample reading of the desired voice style. Little did she know that her exceptional performance would surpass all expectations, catapulting her into the role of Melody herself. When the chance arose for Tara to meet Jodie Benson, the original voice of Ariel, an overwhelming surge of joy coursed through her, evoking tears of pure elation. King Triton, Ariel's father, bestows upon Melody a mystical locket so she will always remember that a portion of her heart is forever claimed by the sea. However, the merriment is abruptly halted by Ursula's sister, Morgana. The voice of Morgana is provided by Pat Carroll, known for her iconic portrayal of Ursula in The Little Mermaid. Morgana snatches Melody and menacingly declares that unless Triton relinquishes his trident, she will feed Melody to her pet tiger shark, Undertow. Morgana reveals her malevolent scheme to utilize the trident to avenge Ursula and seize control of the vast ocean. Determined to stop Morgana, Ariel and Eric unite their efforts, while Triton diminishes Undertow's stature to that of a piranha. Despite the valiant attempts made by Triton's forces to apprehend her, Morgana manages to evade capture, vowing to one day seek retribution against Ariel and Triton. Concerned about the looming threat of Morgana and haunted by memories of Ursula, Ariel arrives at a difficult decision. In order to safeguard Melody, she determines that it is imperative to keep her daughter oblivious to the existence of the underwater realm and her own lineage until Morgana is apprehended. Triton entrusts Sebastian with the responsibility of safeguarding and overseeing Melody's well-being. Additionally, Triton drops the locket into the depths of the ocean. A colossal barrier is erected, effectively partitioning the royal castle from the sea. There's a time skip of 12 years. Melody remains unaware of her mother's mermaid ancestry and is strictly prohibited from venturing into the ocean. Nonetheless, she defies the rules and secretly indulges in swimming escapades. During one such excursion, Melody finds the long-lost locket. Witnessing her own name engraved on the precious locket, Melody becomes consumed with curiosity and approaches Ariel for answers. However, Ariel sternly confronts Melody, adamantly forbidding her from ever entering the sea. Frustrated by her mother's evasive stance, Melody seizes a small boat and sets sail, determined to seek her own truths. Sebastian discloses Melody's perilous venture into the sea to Ariel and Eric, igniting a race against time to save their wayward daughter. Undertow discovers Melody and cunningly guides her directly into Morgana's clutches. Morgana unveils the hidden truth that Melody's lineage is intertwined with the marine realm. Employing the remnants of Ursula's magic, Morgana transforms Melody into into a mermaid. Triton employs his trident's power and restores Ariel's mermaid form, enabling her to aid in the hunt for Melody. Meanwhile, Melody revels in her newfound mermaid abilities, sensing an innate connection and an overwhelming sense of belonging to the aquatic world. Melody intends to express her appreciation to Morgana, but to her dismay, Morgana discloses that the transformation spell Melody underwent is only temporary. Morgana reveals that she can make the enchantment permanent, but with one condition: Melody must retrieve the trident from Triton, alleging that it was stolen from her by the king. Melody resolves to retrieve the trident, embarking on a quest to Atlantica with newfound companions Tip and Dash. Melody makes it to Atlantica. She successfully pilfers the trident and hastily returns to Morgana. Before Melody can surrender the trident, Ariel arrives on the scene, beseeching her daughter not to hand over the powerful artifact to Morgana. Disregarding Ariel's pleas, Melody relinquishes the trident to Morgana. Morgana discloses her true intentions. Trapping Melody within a secluded cavern, Morgana seals the entrance with a thick layer of ice. Harnessing the trident's formidable powers, Morgana seizes dominion over the vast ocean. The enchantment cast upon Melody begins to wane, resulting in her reverting back to her human form. Tip and Dash, with an unintentional assist from the now normalized Undertow, manage to free Melody. Based on the severe crushing of all of Undertow's teeth, I'm fairly certain that he perished as a result of the impact. Tip and Dash drag Melody safely to the shore. Melody takes the trident from Morgana, swiftly returning the weapon to Triton. Triton encapsulates Morgana within an icy prison, which subsequently sinks into the depths. Despite Morgana's survival as she descends, it is highly probable that she would ultimately succumb to freezing temperatures or to the immense water pressure, leading me to consider this as a definite fatality. Melody humbly expresses remorse to Ariel for her previous misguided choices. In a heartfelt gesture, Triton extends an extraordinary offer to his granddaughter, the chance to embrace mermaidhood permanently. However, Melody surprises everyone with her decision. She uses the trident's immense power to obliterate the barrier that has long separated her home from the enchanting depths of the sea. Humans and mere people are joyously reunited. In total, there were 2 named character deaths, Undertow and Morgana. The first Little Mermaid movie had 3 named character deaths, so this is one less. The Little Mermaid 2, Return to the Sea, received mostly negative reviews from critics and audiences. The plot and lack of originality faced considerable criticism. Critics and fans of The Little Mermaid embraced Melody, applauding her poignant connection with Ariel, her personal development, endearing nature, and the remarkable portrayal by Tara Strong. In 2000, The Little Mermaid 2, Return to the Sea achieved significant success as the 10th highest-grossing direct-to-video release. Its remarkable performance led to retail revenues of $121 million, while an impressive total of 6 million VHS and DVD units were sold during the same year. A 2D side-scrolling video game adaptation of the film made its debut on September 25, 2000, exclusively for PlayStation. The game was developed by Blitz Games and published by THQ. Subsequently, it was reissued for PlayStation 3, PlayStation Portable, and PlayStation Vita, ensuring a wider audience could experience the game's enchanting adventure. In August 2008, a sequel titled The Little Mermaid: Ariel's Beginning made its debut, serving as a prequel to the original Little Mermaid film. A live-action adaptation of The Little Mermaid was released in May 2023. I personally thought The Little Mermaid 2, Return to the Sea was a pretty average movie. While it captures some of the magic of its predecessor, it falls short of recreating the same level of captivating storytelling and memorable characters. As a sequel, it offers a familiar setting and introduces new characters, but ultimately feels like a mediocre movie. One of the film's strengths is its animation, which maintains the vibrant and colorful aesthetic that made the original so visually appealing. The underwater sequences are beautifully rendered, immersing viewers in a captivating world filled with aquatic wonders. Moreover, the musical numbers, while not as iconic as those in the first film, still deliver catchy tunes that will please younger audiences. Where The Little Mermaid 2, Return to the Sea falls flat is in its narrative depth and character development. While it touches on themes of self-discovery and the consequences of hiding one's true identity, the plot feels predictable and lacks the emotional impact that made the original film so resonant. The new characters introduced in this sequel, although charming, are not too memorable. Can you recommend a fantasy movie or show for me to analyze in my upcoming video? Please share your suggestions in the comments.
Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.